Okay, this is Old Lumiere. We're starting in the camp. Just a reminder to upgrade your weapons. She's going to be using the Shachyan that we always use and the Trebuchet that we always use. Him, I've switched over to the Lance Ram because I think I just picked that up recently and it has the highest power. She's sticking with the Melarum, and we will be getting a new weapon for him in this chapter, so I'm just going to leave that, and I'm not upgrading it. Not that I have the Resplendent anyway. And don't forget to give your color of Lumina to raise Minoko up. Check the description for timestamps. We're going to be doing Old Lumiere, the camp after Lumiere, after Renoir, then the camp, and then we're going to be revisiting Old Lumiere again because a bunch of stuff will open up. There is a Chromatic Dancer in the revisiting portion of Old Lumiere. I will show you how to get there and where she is. We're not fighting her because she has this 7-move combo that kills me in 2 hits, so I am clearly not the right level to do it. But I will show you how to get there if you want to try it out. Okay. Old Lumiere. There on the map.
Welcome, my friends, to Old Lumiere.
Is anyone still here?
Yep.
Okay, we have the entrance flag.
That's Nevron's.
So this is
Merchant.
where our piece of Lumiere used to be.
This place is an absolute wreck. It's also pretty wicked. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and fight him.
Chroma is flowing. Thunder.
Why is he standing right next to a paint cage? There's no paint cage in this area. Anyway. 2. Mayhem. I got so distracted by that paint cage. Immolation, just setting him on fire. Sorry, I'm going into like focus mode. Okay, not enough to do another mayhem. Regular attack, and then we'll do mayhem next.
I'm ready.
Alright, now we have enough for one more mayhem. We'll go ahead and finish him off. That paint cage is confusing me. Because usually the background is usually sort of like where you are, but... Alright, so that's going to give us a weapon for CL. Buy that. We're going to buy longer powerful. And we're going to buy healing counter. Along with a revived Tint shard. Up the number of things we have. Okay, so for CL, we just got this. Free aim shots can consume 1 foretell to deal 100% more damage. Base attacks apply 3 foretell. So that's nice. And then we just got healing counter, which I have to... I'm mastering so many pictos at the moment. Put it on her. For the next few, it doesn't matter. We're fighting some basic level chevaliers that only take a couple of turns. You're not going to need a full, like, loadout. Good loadout for them. You'll be all right. Alright, and then we'll add... See, like he's gonna need this right now. Longer, powerful. Alright. And then the revive tint. Now we can have 7 revives. There we go. Okay.
We'll need a way forward.
The heart is in the center of the city. Right? Show off a bit, Minoko.
Just admit you can't do it yourself.
Minoko! Why the hell did you...
Sorry, I fucked up. I just wanted to show off.
We just have to regroup. The others should be fine. Verso said the heart is in the center of old Lumiere, right? Right. Okay, Minoko, stop crying. We have to move.
Yes, sorry.
Okay, one thing I should have pointed out before is I have the best wind for him, which is something that I really like. If you don't have it, I recommend leaving and going to the continent area that's like north of north of Forgotten Battlefield. If you don't know what Nabest is, and I wish they had like a bestiary in this game because there's so many. It's that triangle pyramid looking thing with the gold pyramid frame on it, and it has the green center weak point. You meet them first near the end of Spring Meadows, so they're kind of an earlier thing. But this is a good one because it does similar to Blitz. It allows you to play a second turn, so that's one of the things that I like a lot. And it's cheap. A lot of Minoko's skills are expensive as hell. Especially the ones, if you find some that actually do damage to all enemies, a lot of them are very, very expensive. So this is a good one to have. And then there's another cultist one that I guess I don't have on this file. It is Cultist Blood, and I don't know the difference between the type of cultist that gives you the blood versus the slashes, but if you can find cultist, a different type of cultist, those are the tall, witchy looking ones, like from Stone Cave Cliffs. They have one that is cheap. It's 3 points and it attacks all enemies, and it's a really nice one too. But we are going to be using Abyss Wind quite a bit. Okay. Right street.
Friends, I beg your forgiveness for landing us in this quagmire.
It's okay, Minoko. Let's move on. Let the ink flow.
Okay, we're going to do wildfire on them. And you'll notice that the Chevalier on the right with the blue sword has a marker for Minoko. So this is going to give us another skill for him. I believe it's called Chevalier Piercing. If I'm remembering correctly. Okay, we're going to use a best wind. We're trying to even these out. See, that's what the Abest looks like. He flashed to the Abest real quick. So if you didn't know what it was. And actually, I'll go ahead and do it again. Do a little more damage to this. Okay, so she's going to get Bad Omen. These are weak to Bad Omen, or to Dark, so... Between the fire and the dark, it usually does really well. Steel Chevalier's Foot. So that just gave us Chevalier Thrusts. Oh, that's okay. So the Chevalier Piercing is the standard one. Hang on one second. It's just like upgrading my notes. So this is the thrust one. And this does all enemies, but it's 7 points. I mean, they're really expensive. They're insanely expensive. And then I'm actually going to equip this one, the Ramesir Bonk, because a lot of things here are weak to dark. So it's going to work a lot in our favor. So I'm going to get rid of this one that's just expensive as hell. I really hope that down the line we get something that like cuts his costs in half, because some of this stuff is ridiculous. Like 8 points and stuff. Like, when am I ever going to use that? When am I ever going to get a chance to use that? Okay, so from this fighting area, this little arena here, we're going to go south towards the moon. That's where the chromatic woman is, but we can't get there from here. Okay, wildfire.
A bit of violence, yes.
We're gonna do a best wind on one. And then the Ramesir Bonk on the other because it's dark damage. They have a weakness to it. So we do Bad Omen on both. There we go. This first part is a really good place to master a lot of your unmastered luminous, because it's just these relatively... Oops, wait, we're going the wrong way. Smaller people. Alright, so face that, and then we'll get this weapon for Minoko.
Good stuff.
Which we're going to switch to. That power... You might see a different power number because on a different file that power was 600. So I'm sure that has to do with the attributes amount as well. Okay, so this is the Chromatic Dancer. After we get through the bulk of this and we have a larger fight, we're going to end up back in the continent, and then we're going to turn around and come back in, because all of a sudden there's going to be a couple of new paths that are open to us. So we're going to revisit. Those now open paths will eventually lead us over here. So you cannot get to her right now. All that stuff up there is later. But if you're wondering how to get there, this is how. Oh, and I totally forgot this chroma. Over here.
Interesting. How exactly did our piece of Lumiere end up on an island when the rest of the city is here?
One of the great mysteries. I wish we had more time. There's so much to study
must
here.
drop down for that one.
A storm is coming.
Okay, wildfire on all.
The sweet taste of battle.
Best wind on one of them.
Sweet taste of battle.
And then we're going to do Ramesir Bonk. Trying to level out their health that's left so that when Ciel goes, there's a better chance of getting rid of everybody. Dodge, dodge, dodge. Okay, another one mastered. Now.
So, Monoko, what was life like before the fracture?
The world was smaller.
Time tint.
Cozier.
Nice. Let me see if I can find someone to put this on. Breaking Burn. Time tint. I actually didn't even see that one. Let me update. Go up the path. Drop. Time tint. Energy tints also apply rush. Now, not gonna lie, we get an auto rush later this chapter, and I did not see it doing a whole lot of stuff at all. Like I don't know how that works really. Time tint. All right, I'll come back and fill this in later, but 376. Okay, it's good enough. Okay.
Livelier. There were many more of us Gestrels back then. The fracture tore our villages apart. Only a fraction of a fraction survived. Our forests are filled with Gestrels awaiting rebirth.
Well, I'm coming. Well, back up so I can get up there, you weirdo. What are you doing? It's never locked on like this before. That's hilarious. Alright, there we go. Now I can safely get up without... Alright. That was weird.
Let me flow.
Okay, wildfire.
The sweet taste of battle.
Abest wind. Oh, nice. Okay, Ramesir Bonk. On the one that has the most health left. And Bad Omen on all.
I'll do it.
Careful now.
A bit of violence, yes?
Nice. Alert luminas.
Interesting.
Color of lumina. Check. Still convinced that I don't have everything in this chapter. I have nothing but time, I suppose, to sit and think. What are you? These days, I'm just a man who sits and thinks. When she was young, she'd get sad thinking about mortality. But when I asked her about her sadness, her answer surprised me. Who are you talking about? She who painted Nevrons. She wasn't scared of death itself. She was sad because there are more works of art than she'd ever be able to see in her lifetime. So many fables from around the world that she'd never be able to collect, to bring to life in her workshop. All the beauty in the world she'd never get to experience. That saddened her. I encouraged them to believe that their dreams are within their grasp, but she proved me a liar. She did love to challenge me. Of all of them, she and I are the most alike. All of what? Yeah, all of them? It's important to remember the ones we love, to keep them alive in our minds when they are far away. Far, far away. Are you originally from Old Lumiere? I paint them so that I can remember them, remember their faces. The man has gone silent. I'm convinced there's, like, stuff here that I can't get to.
Doesn't that look like one of Esquier's stones?
Yeah.
Let's bring him a gift. I was surprised you agreed so readily to Verso's plans.
He seems to be our best bet for now. We lack too much information.
Do you trust him?
I trust that he wants to reach the paintress. So for now, our interests are aligned.
He has been helpful. Still, I have this feeling he's hiding something.
Minoko, how did you meet Verso?
I don't really remember. I feel like I've always known Verso.
You mentioned traveling with other expeditions.
Quite a few.
How many? What happened to them?
What happened to them?
Maybe ask Verso when we find him.
Yeah, okay. Finding them comes first. Any idea what this is?
I'm afraid not. This is my first time here as well.
"58. They were the ones that Verso was traveling with.
I believe so. They made it surprisingly far. An axon. Interesting. Verso is...
Is this true? Maelle's with him.
We need to go. Now!
Verso would never harm her.
Okay, at the camp in between old Lumiere's visits, we will automatically get that journal entry. So you'll be able to read it then.
Can you stand? Minoko gets a bit carried away sometimes.
My back hurts, but I'm fine.
Good. The others are probably heading towards the center of the city. We'll rejoin them there.
Feels like home.
Yeah. Feels like home. You okay?
Minoko fits well in the disaster expedition, eh?
Yeah. It does. After you.
Speaking of home, where do you live in Lumiere?
Above a bakery near the center. Angelique's Boulangerie. I ate there every morning. I wonder if it's still there.
As soon as we hit the flag, I'll look over her stuff.
You should go and visit.
With his blitz and stuff, he's pretty much set. But for her, you're gonna want to make sure she gets Fencer's Flurry. It is the only skill she has that attacks all enemies outside of, like, Guard Down. It's the only other one that does. So it's really important that you have this. Because it's just going to be the two of them for a little bit, and then eventually it's just going to be her. So the other stuff that I'm going to make sure that she has is she's going to need First Strike just to make sure. And she's going to need Combo Attack. You want her to have as many hits as possible, especially because she doesn't go twice, and especially because she only has one not cheap attack on all. So hopefully I've set this up correctly, but we'll see. I usually forget something. You need her to have every edge you can possibly have. Okay, Fencer's Flurry. See, because look, with these guys, with the Chevaliers, especially with her, for some reason, they all have, like, Rush on. Every single time you encounter one, they're going to go twice on you. So you can see from the timeline that it's Maelle, Verso, and then they're going 4 times before even Verso even gets to go again. So you need to stack as much as you can on her as possible.
Ready to strike.
Okay, we're going to use Blitz on 1.
Yeah. Let's go fast. Let's carve a path.
Then Radiant Slash that'll attack both and take one out.
Watch out, Maelle.
Dodge, dodge, dodge.
Just try.
And it's gonna go again. Dodge, dodge, dodge.
Let's carve a path.
Now they have like 3 attacks. There's that one, and then there's one where the second move is a gradient. And the trouble is with the one you just saw, the second swing was so close to the first that you're almost always trying to dodge before it starts. And sometimes it'll get you into trouble because it'll end up being a gradient attack, and then you'll end up being late. So, and then they have an orb attack that I can't even. I just like, okay, I'll just get hit. I never know. That's okay. Alright, let's just finish her off.
I never said there was treasure.
Okay, we got a polished chroma catalyst. And then if you got the key from the guy at the going away party at the prologue, during the prologue, that's what this is. The old key was used.
Melanie, 5th of February. The Brigadiers are overdue from their mission to the Monolith, and we've lost half our remaining fighting strength to these creatures and their relentless assault. All adults have taken up arms, but I'm a bookkeeper. What am I supposed to do? Count them before they slaughter us? We've hidden the children. At least they're warm and dry in the cellars, but rations are running low. Things are calmer now at the hospital, but that's because most die before we can get to them. I guess I'm living out of pure stubbornness at this point. Survival isn't really survival anymore. Everyone's so quiet lately. Afraid we'll draw attention. Sometimes I talk to myself just to hear another human voice. Trevor, you promised I could die before you. You promised.
Nice.
Okay, so after this point, I'm still looking for stuff. I never get first attack there. It drives me nuts. Okay. Fencer's Flurry. Dodge, dodge, dodge. Hear this chain attack. I can like never get that. Oh my god. Alright. Let's do this. I'm gonna heal her. The first thing we're gonna do is get rid of one of these.
Let's carve a path. Who's this? Oh well.
Okay. Dodge. There's the gradient. Okay. So it's a good thing we've healed her. Because she's on her own now.
Oh, pretty good team. Versa? Versa? Putain. Where did he go? Versa, where did you go?
Okay, first thing we're gonna do is back up.
We need to find Lune and Ciel, quickly.
Okay, color Lumina. He goes off all the time. He'll come back. Okay, so we're going to avoid, with just her, if you get in a fight, sometimes it'll just be one of the Chevaliers, and they'll go twice, but other times it'll be two, and they'll go 4 times, and it'll be Maelle, Chevalier, 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 Maelle. So we're going to avoid as many fights as possible. There's one fight that we cannot avoid, and it has 3 of them. And the only reason we can't avoid it is because they're blocking the auto rush Picto. So we are going to get that. It's completely optional, but I do recommend getting it, even though I've never seen the auto rush actually benefit her at all. She just never... It's still her, and then like 6 Chevaliers, and then her. So I really don't know what the auto rush does, or even what rush does, because I'm not sure it's working the way it's implied to work. But I don't know. I don't know these things. Alright, we're going in there. But I want to avoid this woman, because it's going to be like... It's just simply unnecessary. There's no loot from her, and you'll end up... I mean, you can practice your defenses with her, though. I mean, that would work. So make sure you get first strike and have first strike so that you at least get, you know, a couple hits in. I mean, look at this timeline. Look at this timeline. It's ridiculous. Alright, Fencer's Flurry is 4. Does a decent job, but still. Dodge, dodge, dodge. Dodge, dodge, dodge.
Let's dance.
Dodge, dodge, dodge. Dodge, gradient. God, I ain't gotten that. Get rid of 1. Dodge, dodge, dodge.
Finesse and grace.
We got that one. All right. Wonderful. The Brillier actually helped a lot because it like helped set him on fire and stuff. But okay, we have 9. Let's do Flirt Fury. Should finish her off. There we go. So as long as you can defend either through dodging or parrying, you should be able to get this without much trouble.
Perfect.
So we have the auto rush, which I'm not going to put on because she really is in need of other things at the moment. And I've never seen it actually affect her order. At least not here. So I will master this later, but you apply rush for 3 turns on battle start. Like I expected to see, instead of just her and 6 Chevalier, I expected to see her peppered in there somewhere, and she's not at all. Like, so I don't really understand what it does. So we'll master it later, because I can't risk doing stuff like that. Alright. There's no loot from most of these, so I'm just going to let it go. And so then we have 2 here. I don't know where the other one is. There should be a second one floating around somewhere. There should be a second one. But we're going to go left instead. We're going to polish Chroma Catalyst. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay, and then we're going to come up behind them and go up to that grapple point. So we're not even going to fight these two at all. There's the other one.
Think I'm close.
So that way you can just avoid those two. Like, you can barely see her, but there are two down there. There she is. It's just unnecessary because there's no loot. Alright, there's the flag, but...
This manor's intact. Why does it feel so familiar? I
Chroma?
know this place.
Now we're gonna go into the manor real quick. Okay, we got the Renoir music record. And the Renoir journal entry.
But how? With someone who refuses to talk. We don't even share the bonds of grief anymore. She walks her path, and I walk mine. I don't exist to her. None of us do. She's left us all behind to drown by ourselves so that she can drown alone.
Okay. And then if you haven't gotten this, jump.
Nice.
Shape of Life to upgrade Tint, the revived Tint. So from the main central staircase, you go up to the left. And it was this painting right here. But you have to jump into it because there's like a lip ledge on it. Okay. Here's this, the Manor Gardens flag. Be sure to check in with that. And then I want to make sure you have Swift Stride on because she is going to be in this fight with them. She's in the first party. And we're going to want Swift Stride for her because we're going to be using Per Se. It's important.
I knew you'd open the door for her.
Really, Verso? This was your plan? Must you hurt our family?
No, you don't get to lecture me on family.
Why do you refuse to see I am doing this for us?
yet you insist on rushing toward death. You're trying to stop the wrong cycle.
You're doing this for yourself.
Of course. It's easier for you to think that, isn't it? Easier to betray us if I'm the villain.
So move. I'm gonna fucking kill him.
You haven't told her the truth. Have you, son?
Sorry we're late. We were busy doing a bit of reading. Were you planning on sharing that this man, the man who murdered our team, is your father?
Family is not my favorite topic. Right, can we talk about this later? I'd really like for you all to survive this.
Okay, so he has 8 different movesets. I'm going to put a link in the description for a video that has 2 fights with him. One where I'm hopefully going to be doing what I'm going to hopefully be doing right now. And then the second fight showcases 7 out of 8 of his movesets. So if there's something you want to see that is not in this particular fight right here and now, it'll be in that video. Because hopefully we'll get rid of him. But okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to use Swift Stride, but in order to do that, we are going to hope to set him on fire because she should have burning shots on. Okay, so he's on fire. So we're going to do Swift Stride. And this will switch her over into Virtuose Stance. Okay, now we're going to use... Oh god, I don't have it in this file. I meant to have ice. The ice one here. But I forgot to put it on. Because it actually does slow him down. It would push him down a step. So instead, we'll just do electricity. Okay. And counter.
A storm is coming.
Okay, she has enough for mayhem.
Let's carve a path.
Okay, he's going to use Blitz attack to start.
Let's carve a path.
And then we are going to give an energy tint to Lune.
Careful, Verso.
This time.
Dodge, 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 wait for it, dodge, and wait for a potential 6th. Okay, that melee attack is often a 5-shot attack that you just saw, but sometimes he'll have a 6th. So don't get complacent after 5. Wait and see if there's a 6th attack or not. Okay, so now we're going to use Per Se. It only costs 2, so I'm going to shoot him a couple of times because we have 6, and see if we can't get him marked. Nope. She should have marking shot on, but I honestly... I don't remember. But she should. But that's okay. Still gonna do 4,000 damage. It's alright. Okay, we're gonna get rid of these petals as soon as possible because he will absorb them for health. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to do a mayhem on a petal.
Let's carve a path.
Okay, we're going to do blitz on the other petal.
Let's go faster. Let's carve a path.
And that got rid of... That's because we got lucky with roulette and probably a critical as well. Okay. I'm going to do Blitz on him because Blitz, for some reason, sometimes does the cap of 9999, which is really nice. See, 8,000. It's really nice. Okay, the strange masks. We're going to dodge whenever they tilt. Dodge, 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 dodge. Wait for it. Dodge. And I got hit by exhaust, but that's okay. It's not going to matter. Okay, he's still on fire, but I'm in defensive mode, and she can't... Every once in a while, I've tried to switch to Virtuoso from defensive, and it doesn't work for some reason. I don't know. Let's see if this works, because I've had it not work. It'd be nice if it worked. Oh, okay, she's in Virtuoso. Nice, that worked. Okay, ties mention to vanish. And counter. Counter again. Nope. You have 2 chances to counter there if you miss the first one. But I panicked and hit the R2 too fast, I think. Alright, so she only has 6. Not enough for Mayhem. What is her gradient? I often use Verso's gradient here to get rid of the petals because his is an attack all with the petals, which does really good. Well, let's see what this does. I've never actually used her tremor. Doesn't have a shield, but actually I'm wondering. No, Mayhem's the only thing I have that'll break him from her. So let's give this a try. Let's give Gradient a try, and we'll see what happens.
This ends now.
Nice. Nothing. And then because we used a Gradient, we get to go again. And now we have enough for Mayhem. Okay, make sure that he's standing up when you shoot him, because if you only have 7 AP and you're going for Mayhem, you don't want to miss a shot. And she does have rewarding mark on, so that's why she has more than she pretty much started with. Alright, Mayhem, this should finish him off. There we go. So we got a Melarum for... I don't remember who, but we'll find out. And a recoat, which is random. I didn't get a recoat before, so you might not. And I still don't understand why we're not getting Resplendent. Everything's past, like, level 10. We don't need Polished. Give us Resplendent, please.
Everyone all right? Okay.
Noko's broken.
You accept who you are.
Will you tell me your name?
Where did it go? No. Alicia.
Fuck!
Oh, glory. Thank you, mon ami.
Care to explain? Your father.
I don't think of him as my father anymore.
Still, why didn't you just tell us?
Because it's private. And it's painful, and it's none of your business. I cut ties with him decades ago.
Lying by omission is still lying.
I've told you everything you need to know.
I'd rather make that determination for myself.
I think we can all understand where each other's coming from, right? He hasn't steered us wrong yet. But we're a team now. And we won't get very far if we don't trust each other.
Family's complicated.
The stories say that Gestrels reincarnate. Is that true? Can you bring Noko back?
Partially. We can bring Noko back to life. But not all of Noko will return. It will be a different Noko. The one you knew is gone.
I'm so very sorry, my friend. And all for naught. The Patron's heart was in that manor, and now it's gone. We have no way to access the monolith.
Expedition 58 seemed to think you knew another way.
What?
We found 58 and their journals.
So that's how you... I wasn't hiding it. If that's what you're implying. It's a dead end.
Wait, what are you talking about?
There's someone else who can help us. Excuse me. Is it true? Can you make a weapon that can pierce the barrier? Do you need something from the Axons? Do you need their hearts?
Look, to create this weapon, he needs enormous amounts of pure chroma, which is way beyond what we can get from Nevrons. The only source are Axons, yes. But like I said, that's a dead end. It's impossible.
Why? What are Axons?
They're massive creatures living on islands around the monolith. They're much stronger and much more dangerous than Nevrons. I can't die, and I still couldn't take them down.
Yet we found the corpse of one in old Lumiere, so it's possible.
I don't know how that one died. But I'm telling you, listen to me, please. Our chances of taking them down without you not dying are close to zero.
Close, but not zero. Death is coming either way. And as expeditioners, if we die fighting.
Wonderful pep talk.
I know.
All right, if we're going to fight the Axons, then let's be smart about it.
What do you mean?
I've had a few rough encounters with the Axons. There are 3 located on islands around the monolith, and we need at least 2 hearts to get enough chroma. One lives on a mountain too high for us to reach, so that one's out. We should start with the one to the west of the monolith. It's already been weakened by previous expeditions, right?
Yeah, good idea. Maximize our chances.
Or we embrace the challenge and pick the one in the east.
I like your spirit.
Thank you.
Did you listen to what I just said?
Okay, we just got Journal Expedition 58 entry, so go ahead and look at that real quick. That was automatically added.
Expedition 58, Delphine. The behemoth is such a marvel. It has a small city on its back that I really want to explore. But the others think it's too risky, too easy to get caught by the Nevs around here. Verso called this thing an Axon. Apparently they are incredibly powerful, with hearts of pure chroma, utterly unkillable. Except, clearly, something did. Verso and his father, Renoir, spent years trying to kill the Axons, hoping to forge their hearts into a weapon to break the barrier. But no dice. I bet the curator would love to get his hands on one of those hearts. He could easily forge such a weapon.
Okay. Check up on the others.
So, the masked person with Renoir, that's your sister? What a hard leap to make.
Her name's Alicia.
What's wrong with her? She wears a mask all the time, she never talks, and she's always staring.
She was trapped in a fire.
Why did they come to see me?
I don't know. That surprised me when he told me. She helped me before. I thought she'd help me again, but it seems she's chosen a different side. Family is complicated, right?
Yeah.
Do you want the armband back?
What?
I feel like a fraud wearing it, given, you know.
Wear it anyway. You said you chose your side, right?
I did. You're not upset with me?
Strangely, no. I hate secrets, but Gustav always gave people the benefit of the doubt. And your actions are what matters. I trust you.
Thanks.
Maelle finds a spot where she can write. She spends some time writing in Gustav's journal to honor his memory. She writes about old Lumiere and how their city was actually transported from the continent to the ocean. She hopes Gustav's apprentices will read this journal someday. Alright, go to sleep. And then we're going to head back into old Lumiere. But we just unlocked 2 abilities. Forgot about that. He's going to be able to swim through coral reefs now. And from any expedition flag in a level, we'll be able to get back to the continent, which is a nice little thing. Okay, so we're going back in. We're now at this top part up here, and we're going back into Lumiere. Now, for some reason, if you don't interact with this flag, it won't be on the list later. So, make sure that... Oh, by the way, notice this is here now. Go back to the continent. So that's nice. Alright, let me make sure we've got one person that we're fighting that... Minoko doesn't have a leg for that we'll be coming across, so I want to make sure he's part of the party. But this is now open, you can see. So we're going east. I have absolutely no idea what that grapple is for. I've been all over this level like so many times. And I can't figure out what that grapple's for.
The storm is coming.
Okay, just one, so let's just use immolation. Weak to it, but barely dinged it. Alright, a best win, so we can play a second time.
What lovely feet.
Then we're going to do Ramesir Bonk, because they're weak to dark damage. Okay, so since there's only one, we're just going to use Marking Card. And with her weapon, she'll apply 10 for Tell instead of the 3. There we go. Chroma. Nice. And Journal 42.
Armand. Expedition 42. It's been 2 weeks. And still no word from Freya or Olivier. They've never missed a check-in before, no matter how exciting their find. Oh, my friends, I hope the end was swift. The grandest exhibit is likely our last. But as Olivier would say, it is also our grandest. I wish you were here, making that joke for the 1000th time. I'm proud of our work. We've pieced together so much. I just wish we had more time. The Gommage is still a few months away. Perhaps I can make one last trek. If you're reading this, my unknown future friend, I hope the information we've gathered helps you find answers. We've done what we could, in the hopes that you will prevail. Tomorrow comes.
Okay. Like, every time I'm over here, I feel like there's something else. But we can't get in here. Can't get up here. Can't get over here. I just don't know what that grapple's for. Because the other part that we're going to is not here. It's way over there. So I don't know. Maybe there's a third visit to this place, but at this point I don't know what that grapple is for. Wildfire?
Violence.
A best wind on the one that has the most health. And then we'll do Ramesir Bonk on the one that has the most health. There we go.
Wow.
And then Bad Omen on all three. Nice. Alright, we'll go up here.
An advantage.
Alright, the other two paint cage locks. There's one here. If you... Hang on. Okay, it's up there. It would have looked like a stained glass window because you can actually see it from over there on the first visit. So if you saw something like, oh, stained glass window or something over there, how do I get over there? This is how.
Let us stain them.
Okay, wildfire.
Violence.
A best wind. And the one that has the most health.
Sweet taste of
And Ramesir Bonk on one of them. That one. And we'll just do marking card since there's only one. There we go. Alright, third lock is over here. And we'll get a new weapon for Maelle, or not Maelle, Lune. It's called Redalim. Healing skills generate one additional light stain. And level 10, generate one ice stain at the beginning of each turn. So when I hit a level where a lot of people are weak to ice, I can see that becoming a thing. That's I think where the survivor journal entry was that you got as Maelle. So if you look down here and saw grapples and tried to figure out how to get down here, this is how.
An advantage.
Okay, this is a gold Chevalier. This is going to be the one that we are going to get a foot from. You can see they have the marker for it. Do immolation. Ah! Resistant. I forgot about that. I forget about that every time she's resistant. Because it's such a go-to for me. Alright, a best wind. And this isn't going to cost me anything because the wheel happens to be an agile. So that's nice. Okay. Ramasher Bonk. Actually, wait. I don't have anything that deals dark. Alright, Ramasher Bonk. That is the weakness. Alright, we can do marking card because there's only one. Okay, prepares a fire attack. Dodge. 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 Best wind.
My favorite part.
Ramasher Bonk for dark damage. I feel like Linnaeus Holy is just getting skipped here. What does she have? She has 4. Firing Shadow. We're going to consume all of that.
Eyes don't lie.
There you go. Perilous Parry, which could be an upgrade for you if you got the first one that's available in Stone Wave Cliffs. So this could be already mastered for you. And then we just got a foot for Minoko. We got Chevalier Ice. Deals high ice damage to all enemies with 3 hits. I'll go ahead and apply that. Chevalier Ice. Applies slow to the targets as well. And if you're in Balanced Mask, it increases damage. So that's an all attack for 6. And then we just got Perilous Parry, which for some reason is not mastered, even though I picked up the earlier one. I must never have put it on. Plus 1 AP on parry, but damage received is doubled. Go ahead and master that. And then right behind it...
Nice.
...is Healing Death. Swap out Healing Counter. On death, the rest of the expedition recovers all health. Okay. That should be everything up here. So when we drop down, we just drop down to the west. If you go left and around, you'll see that we're back at the start from our very first visit. Here's the merchant, here's the flag. Entrance flag. We're gonna go the other way. That's where we drop down from, right there. So in here, we're going to come back to that. Here's the train station ruins flag. This is the Chromatic Dancer flag, because she's right over there. I'm going to grab this first. Just to show you, this will connect back up to Wright Street. So if there's anything you missed over here, Minoko's weapon that was in this area or anything, you can get back there. So make sure to extend this shortcut. Okay, so from train station ruins, we're heading southeast. I'll probably just fall off. This is the Chromatic Dancer. I am not fighting her because she just will destroy me. But there is some chroma back here, and I'll start. We can start the fight, but she's gonna destroy me. Where am I? Oh, it's down one more, I think. Yeah. So we're gonna have to come back for her. I'm gonna take even, like, not even gonna get a chance, but I'm gonna take Minoko out, because Verso has some good alls, but I'm not even gonna get to him. Like, she's gonna destroy me. She has this one attack. First of all, she pulls in some clones, so there's 3 of them. And then she does this 7 zoomy attack, like zoom, 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 but they're not even consistent, so it's not like you can just go dodge, 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 dodge. It's like dodge, 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 dodge. It's all timed funny. So we're not even remotely prepared, but I'll die to her real quick so you can see. But I'll have to come back because I can't do anything. I did sort of play around with it a little bit. She absorbs fire, so don't do that. So this is probably what we actually need the ice for, honestly. Actually, you know what? 137. Give me this. Let me see something. Now that I'm thinking about this. Didn't we just get an ice? We did just get an ice for that. And then I have 1 ice. You can see what happens. We'll see. Ice Lance.
Ice.
Alright, well, we found our weakness. This is it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you'll notice they're like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like 1, 2, like 1 hit and just down. Like the timeline's ridiculous. Alright, so yeah, we're just not even, no. But this is where she is for when you're ready for her, and she's clearly weak to ice. So, there you go. But now we'll go ahead and leave. But that's why she is not part of this old Lumiere walkthrough. Because she's just not. Okay, back to the continent. And then let's see if there's anything new in the camp before we sign off. Nope. Alright. So there's Old Lumiere. Both visits. And there you go.